This is Vito, an old friend of mine.
You vouch for him?
Absolutely, Henry. Trust him with my life.
First impression. When we first see Joe Barbaro, we don't immediately think, yeah, that's Vita's future brother for life. At first, he's just the guy we are robbing a jewelry store with. Fast, sharp, reckless. Confident, but not necessarily trustworthy. At least not yet. Nothing in that first scene clearly tells us. This is the most important relationship in the entire story. And honestly, you can't even blame Joe for running when everything goes wrong. In that moment, what could he realistically do? Getting arrested alongside Vita wouldn't help anyone. It wouldn't save Vita and it wouldn't change the outcome. So at first, Joe is just there, a partner, not obviously best friend. The reunion. But then we see Joe again, and suddenly everything clicks. Joe greets Vita like family. No hesitation, no distance, just genuine excitement. And the moment they get into the car together, it becomes clear. These two aren't just partners in crime. They are childhood friends. Friends who grew up together, who share memories, stupid stories, and scars. And a bond that didn't fade even after years apart. You feel it in the way they talk to each other, and in general interact with each other. Joe helps Vita rebuild his life. Joe doesn't just welcome Vita back, he immediately starts helping him rebuild his life. He helps him get out of the army, which very likely saves Vita's life.
You don't want to go back, do you?
Of course not, but what can I do?
1 minute. Wait right here. It appears that your injury is much more serious than it first appeared, and the doctors say you can't fight no more.
What? Oh, whoa, did you just...
Like I said, I know people. You get all the official paperwork tomorrow. When it comes to the right stamps and signatures, it's just a question of money.
And how am I gonna pay for it?
I got it covered. Think of it as a welcome home present. And don't worry, the documents will be clean. Trust me.
Well, thanks.
Then he gives Vita a place to stay, not a hotel, not a temporary solution, his own apartment.
Hey, you can stay with me as long as you need to.
This where I'm gonna sleep.
Yep, all yours.
Look at this. You got your own phone.
Yeah, and now you do too. Can't do business without it these days.
Joe lets Vita eat his food, drink his beer, live there like it's his own place.
If you're hungry, there's some food in the refrigerator. You hungry, Vito? Take whatever you want from the fridge.
He also buys lockpicks for Vita from Giuseppe.
We need a set of lockpicks, too.
That we do. And guess who's paying for them?
When Vita steals the car, Joe helps him fix it free of charge.
All right, let's go find ourselves a body shop. They provide the kind of services we're looking for.
Hey, that don't sound cheap.
Don't worry about it. I got it covered.
At Mike's junkyard, Joe hands Vita a gun, trusting him with a big responsibility, a weapon, without hesitation.
Hey, Vito, take this, just in case.
Hey, nice.
He lets Vita drive his car, a fancy, expensive car, even though Vita barely has any real driving experience at that point.
Hey, you think I could,
What? Drive, Vito? The roads are icy. You ain't never drove a car before.
Joe, I was driving almost the whole time I was over there.
Yeah, but this ain't no tank, Vito. This is one of the nicest cars money can buy.
I didn't drive a tank, I drove a Jeep.
What the hell's a Jeep?
It's, never mind. You gonna let me drive or what?
All right. Here's the keys. Just be fucking careful. All right, when it's cold as fuck outside, you gotta give it a little more gas than usual. That's the pedal over there on the right.
I know, Joe, I know.
And on top of that all, Joe lets Vita use his garage. No conditions, no expectations.
Hey, is there a safe place to park around here? I don't want to leave this thing out in the street.
Yeah, that's why you're parking your car next to mine in the garage. The streets are full of criminals these days.
Yeah, the neighborhood ain't what it used to be, huh?
All of this tells us one simple thing. Joe isn't just helping Vita survive, he's giving him stability, foundation, and he never once acts like Vita owes him anything in return. That's not how business works, that's how friendship or brotherhood works. And also Joe introduces Vita to people who can offer real opportunities, good or bad. He introduces him to Giuseppe.
Hey, Giuseppe, I brought
Hello,
you a new
Joe.
customer.
He's straight up, right?
Yes, sir, all the way. This here's Vito, my oldest friend. This is Giuseppe, the best safecracker in Empire Bay.
Retired, please.
How are you?
Then he introduces him to Mike Bruski, someone who can provide work, money, and a way forward.
Hey!
Look who's
Hey,
here.
Mikey boy, what's going on? This here's my friend Vito. Vito, this is Mike Bruski. But don't shake his hand. I ain't got that much soap at home.
Nice to meet you, Vito.
And later Joe does the same thing with Henry Tomasino. This time the stakes are much higher.
This is Vito, an old friend of mine.
You vouch for him?
Absolutely, Henry. Trust him with my life.
That one line says everything. Joe isn't just opening doors for Vito. He's putting his own reputation and his own life on the line. Not because it benefits him, but because he truly believes in his friend. At this point, it's undeniable. Joe doesn't treat Vito like a partner. He treats him like a brother. And what's even more important, Joe helps rebuild Vito's life not once but twice.
It ain't much, but I hooked you up with a nice little apartment, just like you
Thanks.
said. You're gonna need a little cash so you can get things going again. I got a piece for you, too, if you want it. Here. Always comes in handy. Don't worry, though. I'll show you the ropes, like always. We'll take my car and go meet your new landlord. You do the driving so you can get back into the swing of things. Just hope you didn't forget how to drive while you was in the camp.
Hey, what are you worried about? It's like riding a bicycle.
Sure, but when you smack up your bicycle, it don't cost a fortune to fix the friggin' thing.
All right, I get it.
Go check the place out. It's on the top floor. I already paid the first month's rent for you. And hey, the entrance to your garage is on that side street over there.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it.
And all of this tells you the same thing. Joe isn't just a friend, he is the friend. The kind of guy who goes all in for you, who gives you everything he has, who supports you without preaching, without judging, without trying to control your choices. Their friendship in Mafia 2 feels rare. Too real, too genuine. Something you don't see often. Not in games, not in movies, and definitely not in real life. Was Joe a bad influence on Vito? And here's something important that often gets overlooked. Some people say Joe was the bad influence on Vito, but honestly, that argument doesn't really hold up. Joe never forces Vito into a life of crime. Vito makes that choice himself. The moment he finds out his family is drowning in debt.
Right before he died, Papa borrowed money. A lot of money from a loan shark, thinking he'd get a better job and pay him back. We found out right after you left for the war.
How much?
$2,000.
What? Shit.
The worst thing is, this guy wants it all back by the end of this week. Otherwise, the debt goes up again.
I ain't gonna make that kind of money working at the port. Who is this guy?
I don't know. Mama won't tell me. It's okay, Vito. We'll manage somehow.
Don't worry. I'll take care of this. I promise.
Thanks, Vito. Take care of yourself.
I gotta get my hands on $2,000 fast. I bet Joe could help me out.
The money has to be paid back fast, or debt grows even bigger by the end of the week. And this is important. Vito already knows the consequences of the criminal life. He's already paid the price for it. He was sent to fight in Italy for 2 years. He almost got killed. So this isn't ignorance. This isn't Joe's corrupting him. This is conscious decision. Vito's poverty plays a huge role here too.
I don't really remember too much about the old country, except that we were pretty hard up. And then one day my father decided it was time to move away, to start a new life. In America. I'd never seen anything filthier, more disgusting than our new shithole of an apartment. My father started working at the port for the guy who arranged our immigration. And what little money he made mostly went towards booze.
He has no education, no real profession, no clear future. Aside from his military experience, Vito doesn't have many valuable skills, and he clearly sees no real financial breakthrough in an honest working class life. For Vito, crime isn't just temptation. It's the only path that looks realistic.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done. And you can keep the $10. When I said I needed a job, I didn't mean slave labor.
And then there are his ambitions. Joe asks him, so what are you gonna do? And Vito answers honestly. He needs money fast. Working a regular job won't get him there. He talks about wanting his own place, a better life, something more. That desire is already inside him.
She wants me to get a straight job.
You're gonna look for one?
I don't know, but I sure as hell ain't gonna make the same mistake my old man did. I gotta pay off his debts, then get back on my feet and get my own place. I need to make some real money, and punching the clock ain't gonna cut it.
When we'll find you a job where you can make good money without killing yourself, all right?
Music to my ears. Right now, I'm living off the $20 the state gives me every week.
I'm sure I can line something up for my oldest friend. The working man's a sucker, that's for damn sure.
You said it.
And there is another little scene where Joe just asks Vida, and Vida is goddamn sure about stealing that car.
You still feel like snagging that car?
You kidding me? Absolutely.
Joe doesn't plan the idea. Joe simply opens the door. Vida already wants to walk through. At one point, Joe even says it bluntly.
What if I run into problems?
Then you deal with them. Look, consider this a test. If you fail, I hear they're hiring down at the factory.
Right, just asking.
Good luck, pal. I see you back at Mike's. All right, you pulled off that job without fucking it up. Nice going.
Yeah, but I almost got my ass kicked. I didn't live through the war just to die in Sand Island.
Hey, that's all part of the deal, pal. Take it or leave it. Besides, it ain't like you're qualified for anything else.
I guess you're right.
Hey, it's all part of the deal, pal. Take it or leave it. That line matters. Joe isn't manipulating Vida. He isn't lying to him. He isn't pretending this world is something it's not. He's just being honest about how things work. Before we move on, if you are enjoying this video so far and want content like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel, liking the video and leaving a comment. It really helps a young channel like this grow. I think Joe Barbaro is a character who deserves way more attention, possibly one of the most underrated and iconic figures in the Mafia series. And I genuinely love to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you disagree with me at any point, say it. Maybe I'm pushing my interpretations of Joe too far. Maybe you see him differently. Let me know where you agree, where you don't, and how you understand Joe Barbaro as a character. Because frankly, that kind of discussion is exactly why I made this video. I've also uploaded the full Mafia 2 playthrough on the channel, chapter by chapter. So if that sounds like fun to you, feel free to check it out. The link is in the description. Alright, back to Joe. That cozy atmosphere, why we miss it. I'm really going to miss that part of Vida's life, when after every mission he comes back to Joe's apartment and just crashes on his couch. There is something incredibly warm and real about it. You can literally feel that unbreakable bromance, that easy natural bond. The Vida-Joe connection makes Mafia 2 feel surprisingly cozy and human, even though it's a story about crime and violence. Joe always encourages Vida and supports him. Another thing that defines Joe as a friend, he constantly encourages Vida and cherishes him as well as his other friends. No matter how bad things get, Joe tries to lift him up instead of tearing him down. He motivates him, supports him, and stands by him emotionally. So let's just watch all of Joe's beautiful encouragement and support.
Papers say it's gonna keep up like this for weeks. Don't worry though, a drink will warm you right up.
We did a lot of stupid shit back then, huh?
Yeah, just wasn't the same after you left.
Hey, it wasn't exactly a picnic for me either, you know?
Yeah, I bet. But hey, all that's gonna change now that you're back.
I feel a lot better with some money in my pocket.
Don't worry about the money. This little job is just the beginning. Pretty soon you'll be rolling in it.
Wow, I forgot how nice this neighborhood was. You know something? One of these days, I'm gonna buy a house here.
You got champagne tastes and beer pockets, my friend. Don't worry though, I'm gonna help you change that. Good luck, pal. I see you back at Mike's. Hey, mission accomplished. How'd it go?
Yeah, piece of cake.
Don't worry about it. It's all gonna be a piece of cake. Good luck, Vito.
I'm gonna shot my balls off.
Take it easy. You missed him by a mile.
If I don't make it.
Hey, don't go saying that, pal. It's just a scratch. Doc will give you a few stitches, and then we'll all go out and celebrate.
Now, Joe used to come visit me and, you know, kind of fill me in on what was happening on the outside.
Damn, it's good to have you home. I done pretty good while you was locked up. But now that you're out, the sky's the limit. Hey, don't worry, Vito. These girls are real professionals. If you forgot how to do it, they'll get you back in shape in no time. Man, what's better than this? You got fresh air, good company, and you're making a shitload of dough. Not too bad for a guy who just got out of the slam. Damn, Vito, you're a genius. These babies ain't cheap, right? I bet Derek would give us at least $1,000 for that one. Yeah, this is for you, just in case something goes wrong.
This is nice.
Some piece of work, huh? 1911 Colt with a modified
How the
clip.
hell did you,
Holds 23 bullets, so the ammo goes quick. And don't go losing it. These are the only two in the whole world.
Thanks.
Never mind. So what the hell happened? Here, take this.
Those crazy fucking micks.
What about it? What'd they do?
They tried to fucking kill me.
What?
And they burned my fucking house down.
Son of a bitch. So what are you gonna do? You wanna go deal with the mix right now?
Damn right I do.
All right, relax. Have a drink. Let me make a few phone calls. And, take a look at my closet. Unless you want to go on a rampage in your skivvies.
Thanks. Yeah, but don't give me the house back.
Don't worry. Business is looking good. You'll have the cash for a new one real soon. So you feel better now?
Not really. What we did back there doesn't even start to make up for it.
Hey, all that stuff that got pointed up is just things, Vito.
Just things. Hey, those were my things, Joe. Why do you think I do the shit we do anyway? It's to buy things. Them suits, cars, broads, houses. Now I'm back to scratch. And all my damn cash was in that house, too. I promised myself I'd never be poor again. Get the fucking wolf out of an old man.
Hey, I understand. Don't worry, we'll think of something. You'll be back on your feet in no time.
Glass is always fucking half full, isn't it?
Are you guys in or not?
I'm in. Come on, don't be stupid, Vito. 20 fucking grand in one afternoon. Come on, Vito, it'll be a piece of cake. We did it. We hit the jackpot.
And that's something only real friends do. Friends who genuinely care about you, not about what they can get from you. This emotional support is a huge reason why their bond feels so real and so rare. Why do we love Joe Barbaro? Every emotional scene with Joe shows the same truth. He genuinely loves and values his friends. He cares, he feels, he gives everything he has. His loyalty isn't performative, it isn't calculated, it's instinctive. So let's watch all of these scenes in a row to realize how much Joe cares about his friends, loves them, and thinks only the best about them. And first we will watch scenes showing his love for Marty.
Marty! No! No! Fuck! They shot him! He's dead, Vito!
Joe, come on. We gotta get out of here. You can't help him now. Clementi's getting away.
Let's go. I'm gonna kill that fuck. This is for Marty. Now it's over.
Everything went smooth.
No, it didn't.
Why?
Marty's dead.
What?
They got Marty. We left him there.
Okay, what about Clementi?
Done.
All right. Hey, don't worry about the kid. Small price to pay. The main
Sm-
thing is it's
Small
done.
price?
Come on now.
That's my fucking friend you're talking about.
Hey, Joe,
Joe.
don't go taking it out on me. It was y'all right there. Nobody forced the kid to go. I'm sorry, but shit happens, right? Come by the Falcon tomorrow to get your money.
Yeah, whatever. The fuck you're sorry?
All right, take it easy now. All right, calm down. I'm sorry too, more than you think, but you knew the risks.
You too.
Hey, this was a dangerous job. You took him along, he died.
What, you think the war was any different? And Eddie didn't even know the kid, so don't blame him.
You should go home.
Okay, well, just give me a minute to get changed.
I'm sorry, kid. I am so sorry.
I'll let you out.
Here's to you, kid. You went out like a man. This never should have happened.
Marty's death hits Joe harder than almost anything else in the story. When Clemente kills Marty, Joe doesn't hesitate. He just pulls the trigger. Later, when Eddie on the phone says Marty was a small price to pay, Joe completely loses it. You can hear it in his voice. This isn't business to him. And then we see Joe alone in a bar. Drunk, silent, still grieving. Marty wasn't just a kid who got in too deep. To Joe, Marty was someone he failed to protect. And that guilt stays with him. Joe doesn't move on easily, because when he calls someone a friend, he means it. Next, we will watch scenes showing that Joe cares for Henry and views him as a close friend and is protective of him.
Haven't seen Henry in a while.
Hasn't changed a bit.
Yeah. I hope he don't come back before we do our thing. Henry's good people, even if he does work for Clemente.
Yeah, but what if he does?
Don't even think about that. Shit! Who the fuck does something like this?
What do you think?
God damn it, Henry! Damn it, Henry! Look at this, Vito. You fucking believe this?
The money's gone too. Joe, come on. We gotta get out of here. Cops will take care of Henry.
Sorry, gentlemen, this place for member only.
Here's your fucking membership.
God damn it, Joe. Can't you listen to me for once?
No, I can't. You seen what they done to Henry. You're dead, you slanty-eyed fuck!
What is it that you want?
What the fuck do you think we want?
We want to know why you had our friend killed. We also want the money you took from him.
I had no choice. Your friend was a government informer.
What the fuck are you talking about?
A contact inside the Federal Bureau of Narcotics told me that Henry Tomasino passed them information about our deal.
That's a fucking lie!
What if Henry really was a rat?
No fucking way. Don't even say that.
When Henry is brutally murdered, Joe is genuinely shocked, not just angry, devastated. He hunts down the Chinese mob without hesitation, and when their boss claims Henry was a rat, Joe refuses to accept it. And then later, when Vita suggests that maybe, just maybe, Henry really was a rat, Joe shuts it down instantly. Now let's watch a little dialogue between Joe and Vita, emphasizing Joe's attitude towards Eddie.
That asshole really was under protection.
He's famous for conveniently leaving out little details like that.
Maybe he didn't know. Don't matter now. We gotta lose him.
When Vita and Joe find out Tommy Angelo was in witness protection, Vita sarcastically points out that Eddie has a habit of forgetting important details, but Joe kind of defends him here, saying that maybe Eddie didn't know. When Joe finds out that Tony Bowles will never walk again, his reaction says everything.
One of your guys is already here.
Who?
His name is Antonio Balsamo.
Tony Balls? What happened to him?
Somebody messed him up pretty good. I don't think he's ever going to walk again.
What?
This surprises you?
Just one word, what? No jokes, no sarcasm, just genuine shock. Tony isn't a major character in the main story, but he matters to Joe, and that's the point. If you worked with Joe, if you bled with him, you matter to Joe. And then there is Vita, the moment that defines Joe Barbaro forever. Joe raises his gun at Vita, follows orders, plays his role, and then he breaks the rules. He chooses Vita over Carl Falcone, over power, over promotion, over survival.
Well, look who it is. This is who they send? This is an insult. What'd they tell you, Vito? Take care of me and all's forgiven? You really think they're just gonna let you walk after everything you did? Then again, chumps like you never do think about the big picture. But your buddy Joe understands, don't you, Joe?
What the fuck is this?
I could ask you the same question.
Loyalty's a funny thing, huh, Vito? No such thing as friendship in this business. Didn't your old pal Leo teach you that while you're sucking his cock back in the can? You're just a fucking pawn, Vito. That's all you ever were. When are you gonna realize
Joe,
that?
you just gotta trust me.
You think I give a shit about the feds? All those tired old fucks on the commission? They're using you, Vito. Just like Clemente used you. Just like I used you. Just like that rat fuck Henry used you. You vouched for that piece of shit. Brought him into my house. And now, you dumb fuck, you're gonna pay for it. Now, Joe.
Hey, if you're gonna pull that trigger, do it already.
What are you waiting for?
Vito, let's shoot this cocksucker.
Remember what we talked
On
about,
tree.
Joe? You're gonna throw all
One.
that away? Do it!
2.
Now!
I sure as hell hope you know what you're doing here.
Don't worry, I took care of it. You'll see. So, what was he talking about back there?
Nothing. He made me an offer. That's all.
Yeah, I figured out that much. What kind of offer?
He wanted me to whack you. Said he'd make me a capo. Give me my own crew. You know, pretty much everything I ever wanted.
Yeah? So why the hell didn't you do it?
Remember that $5 you owe me?
They kill their former Don together, and Joe joked that he only did it because Vita owes him $5. By joking like that, Joe shows that he chooses friendship over the mafia itself. That's Joe. That's who he is. Loyal, honest, open-hearted, and ready to put everything on the line for Vita, Marty, or even Henry. Not because it benefits him, but because that's what real friends do. Joe's loyalty isn't just strong, it defines him. And because of that, it's impossible not to love him back, or at the very least, deeply sympathize with him. Joe is loyal to an almost self-destructive degree. Is loyalty everything in the world of mafia? Joe's loyalty is legendary. He has this quality in insane amounts. But in the world of mafia, there are different kinds of loyalty. Definitive Salieri famously says that loyalty is everything, but the truth is, it's not.
All these guys in this room, they're here because they have the only thing that matters to me. The only thing that should matter to any of us. You know what that is, Tommy?
They're loyal.
That's right. Now you stay straight with me, you're gonna be living the high life, Tom. But you abuse my trust.
To be precise, loyalty to the Don is everything. And if your loyalty to your friends outweighs your loyalty to the Don, you simply can't survive in this system for long. Because sooner or later, you'll be forced to choose a side. And we all know which choice Joe makes.
Vito, let's shoot this cocksucker.
For comparison, Definitive Sam chooses a different kind of loyalty. Not loyalty to his friends, but loyalty to the Don. And we all know how that turns out. We all know what kind of piece of shit Definitive Sam becomes in the end. And what kind of man Joe ultimately remains. The mafia doesn't need people who are loyal because of genuine friendship. It needs people who are loyal out of cold calculation. Because that's the code. That's how the mafia business works. And if your loyalty in this world doesn't come from calculation, from oaths, from the rules of the system, but from your own moral compass and your bond with your friends, then sooner or later that loyalty will destroy you. Because the moment will come when you'll choose your friend. Not because it's good for business, not because it serves the Don's interests, but simply because it's your friend. And in the world of mafia, that choice is unforgivable. Is Joe dumb? Another thing I really want to highlight is Joe's intelligence, because a lot of players underestimate him.
Look at this. Didn't know Joe could even write.
It is simple. Why's everything gotta be so fucking complicated with you?
Says the guy who can barely change a light bulb.
Look, don't worry.
Vita's sarcastic comments about Joe's ability to write and change light bulbs can be misleading. Early in the game, Joe says he hates reading.
I kept reading the papers to see what was going on, and you know how much I hate reading.
Yeah, I know.
And that line creates a false impression. It makes Joe sound careless or dumb, but that couldn't be further from the truth. You don't need to love reading to be smart, and Joe proves it over and over again. Joe thoroughly plans jobs, and honestly it's a pleasure to watch how thoughtfully Joe approaches his gangster's work. So let's just enjoy watching Joe's strategic thinking together.
Don't worry, I got a plan. Shit, it won't blow up the whole building, but everybody in a room where it goes off is dead meat. We'll use a window washing platform. We'll almost be able to watch it explode. We gotta leave all our guns in a car. The last thing we need is one of Clemente's goons searching us and finding them. Clemente rented the entire 18th floor, the third one from the top. There's a couple of suites and conference rooms up there, and guards.
So how are we gonna get up there?
Round the back, through the laundry room. We'll grab some hotel worker uniforms, then we'll go do a little cleaning upstairs. Here, put this on, so nobody recognizes us. Just put it on. We got another job, something really big. Stop by Freddy's tonight. Bring a piece and some lockpicks. The jewelry store's in the shopping mall in the middle of town. There's no guards at night, so all we gotta do is pick the lock and waltz right in. Don't worry, I thought of everything. I got these phone company uniforms so we can pretend to be fixing something. We're gonna rob this fuck blind. All we gotta do is wait until dark.
And then there is the perfect contrast. Look at O'Neill. He doesn't plan anything. He just ramps a car straight into the mall entrance. No lockpicks, no subtlety, instant noise.
Come on, boys. The cops will be here any minute. Move it! Fuck off, copper! I didn't do nothing!
Of course, the cops show up. Of course, everything goes wrong. And of course, O'Neill gets arrested. That's what brute force without brains looks like. Now compare that to Joe and Vito. If it wasn't for O'Neill's boneheaded approach, they would have done the job quietly, cleanly, without drawing police attention. Because Joe plans. He understands that in this world, the smartest move is often the one no one notices. What is more is that Joe improvises under pressure in a situation of extreme stress when O'Neill's Irish gang is trying to kill Joe and Vito and a swarm of cops is trying to take them down at the same time. Joe acts incredibly effectively. Just look at his actions here.
Come on, let's get out of here.
I'm trying!
Shit, cops! Watch my ass while I open this door. Keep those assholes off my back just a little longer. Okay, got it. We're out of here. Vito, come on. Shit, another dead end. We gotta go this way. It's our only shot. This way. This should take us to the street. Almost got it. Hold them off just a little longer. Okay, got it. We're out of here. Vito, come on.
Joe is the leader of the duo, and he gets both of them either out of a death or a prison situation. There are a few more other excellent examples showing how cleverly Joe is able to improvise under pressure. So let's watch it.
I'll make you a deal. You fork over 10 cartons and maybe we'll let you and your buddy get out of here in one piece.
Hey, look, pal. How about you get back in your cute little car with your little friends there and I'll pretend I never seen you. Sound good?
Shit! Joe! Oh. What do you say now, Porky?
What do I gotta say?
That's what I gotta say.
What the hell are you doing, Joe? What? Thirsty. Pretty good stuff. You should try it.
Drinking on the job, huh? When'd you turn Irish?
Joe sees opportunities quickly and reacts fast. Joe is the fastest reactor out of everyone else. He spots opportunities instantly and acts without hesitation. Let's just watch all of these fast reaction and quick thinking scenes. When Joe quickly kind of creates an exit along those ladders in the mall.
Come on, Vito, move your ass! We got no choice. I ain't going to the joint. Get your ass over here. You waiting for a formal fucking invitation?
When he bribes the cops during the drug deal. When he casually pays off the police during gameplay encounters.
You're fucking dead!
All right. Now get out of here before I change my mind.
And when he reacts faster than Vito while escaping the Chinese restaurant, taking down the cops first.
Ah, fuck this! Come on, Vito, let's get out of here. Going in! You're fucking dead! I'm the best! Is that the fucking best you got? Oh, you're in trouble.
And more often than not, Joe is the one thinking ahead. Before going after the Chinese mob, Joe suggests stopping by Harry to get proper weapons first.
Now we know where to find him.
Let's get in there and take him out before he disappears with the money. We can either go to Harry's or we can kill these fucks right now. Just say the word.
And at that point, it's up to Vito. We can either prepare for what's coming or rush straight in to get our money and take revenge for Henry. Joe thinks ahead. He understands that preparations matter, especially when things are about to get bloody. Right before saying that Joe hates reading, Joe casually mentions that he's been following war news in the papers, specifically because Vito was out there. Moreover, he reads weather reports papers.
So tell me, pal, what was it like over there anyway? I kept reading the papers to see what was going on. And you know how much I hate reading.
Yeah, I know.
You guys kicked Mussolini's ass, right?
Sort of.
They're saying this is the coldest winter on record. Papers say it's gonna keep up like this for weeks.
It shows two things at once. Even if Joe hates reading, Joe does read when it matters. He is smarter than he pretends to be. He keeps himself informed, he pays attention, and he genuinely cares about his friend Vito. He values Vito enough to push past things he hates just to stay updated about his friend's situation. There is a moment where Vito jokingly asks Joe, "Since when are you the brain of the operation?" Twice actually, when at Joe's and then when at the Empire Arms Hotel.
Since when are you the smart one? Seriously. When did you become the smart one?
But the truth is, Joe always was. Whenever they worked together, Joe planned, Vito executed, Joe strategized. Joe may hide behind jokes, booze, and a loud personality, but he's clever, perceptive, and both strategical and tactical when it counts. Is Joe perfect? Joe isn't a polished mafia fantasy. Joe drinks a lot, Joe parties a lot, Joe spends nights in bars, cat houses, and around women. He knows he's indulgent, and he doesn't hide it. He also eats whatever he wants.
Hey, Wayo, who's this skinny guy in the picture?
That was back in 41.
You haven't changed at all. You know, in the face.
Fuck you. The good life will do that to you.
There is even a small moment where he comments on Vito being on a diet, clearly implying that he himself isn't.
You've always been a quick healer. Must be your diet.
Joe doesn't restrict himself. He lives in the moment. And yes, he's a bit overweight, but that only makes him more relatable. He feels like a real, imperfect next-door guy. Flawed, human, honest. Joe's style and authenticity. Joe also has his own sense of style. Those cloud, colorful shirts, the kind Vito makes fun of, saying he looks like a clown when Joe lends him one.
Ah, great. A fucking clown suit. Did it get any worse?
Hey, you finally got some style. I'm gonna want that shirt back, by the way. They don't make treads like those no more.
Yeah, there's a reason for that, you know?
But that's the thing about Joe. He isn't trying to impress anyone. He doesn't dress to look tough, classy, or mafioso enough. He dresses the way he likes, because he's comfortable being himself. And it's not just his clothes. Look at his apartment, the flashy new renovation, the decorations Vito jokes about the moment he walks in.
What the fuck?
Nice, ain't it?
What the hell happened to this place?
I spruced the joint up a little. What do you think?
Yeah, it's really, different.
Yeah, huh? I decorated it myself.
Now this place deserves to be burnt down. Wow, kitchen's pink too. Well, the bed's not too bad. What the hell are these things?
Joe doesn't get defensive, he doesn't explain himself, he doesn't care. This is his space, his taste, his life. Joe lives the same way he dresses, openly, honestly, without pretending to be someone else. And that authenticity is a big part of his charm. He's not performing a role, he's not wearing a mask. What you see is what you get. And in a world where almost everyone is playing a part, that kind of honesty makes Joe stand out even more. Joe Barbaro and Carlo Falcone. Joe also ends up much closer to Carlo Falcone than Vito does, and that's not random. In Joe's adventures, Joe and Tony Bowles got to know each other off-screen. More than that, Joe even trusts Tony with his apartment, asking him to look after it.
You got some balls coming back here. Hey! Look at this guy. Jeez, you ain't changed a bit. What the hell are you wearing?
What, you mean my disguise?
Yeah, it's about as subtle as a kick in the nuts.
All right. So how's my place?
Like I told you on the phone, it's just like you left it. Here's the keys.
Nice. And how about that job we talked about?
Don't worry, I got more than enough work for both of us these days. You want a lift?
Nah, thanks. Think I'll grab my own.
That tells us something important. Tony isn't just an acquaintance, he's someone Joe genuinely trusts. Joe works directly with Tony Bowles. They take on extremely dangerous jobs together, the kind of situation that naturally creates a bond.
Okay, listen, Joey. This'll go a lot smoother if we do it nice and quiet. See that big fucking gate over there? Open it up already.
Who the fuck brings a Tommy to the grocery store?
Gotta get to the safe. Should be in the office. Come here, you little bastard. Where's the key to the safe? Better start talking while you still can. Shit. Joe, keep him busy. Almost done here.
Because of that, and because Joe consistently proves himself as someone who gets things done efficiently and effectively, Tony Bowles introduces Joe to Eddie Scarpa.
Nice going, Joey. Tell you what, after we unload this shit, let's hit the town. I want to introduce you to a friend of mine.
So now Vito's in the big house, and I gotta look over my shoulder every 2 seconds.
I heard about that. But hey, Tony vouched for you, and you done good tonight, so I'll tell you what. You keep up the good work, you keep your nose clean, and I'll talk to the fellas. See what we can do about getting you a pass.
Pass? What do you mean?
A pass. Means you won't have to worry about the Clementi guys no more. What do you say? All right, let's drink to it.
Joe and Eddie then go through the same process. They work together on a few jobs, build trust, and form a solid relationship, part friendship, part boss-subordinate dynamic. At some point, Joe and Eddie save Falcone's ass, which was pretty essential.
Joe, why don't you go get us another round?
You got it.
Finish him off. I'll take care of Carlos. Get rid of these guys. Fuck, this was my favorite fucking block. Hey, Joe, let's go. We gotta take these guys out. Jesus! I'm going in. See you soon. Try not to get killed, eh? Come on! Let's go, Joe. I want him dead, Joe. All of them. Come on, Joe. We're going after him. All right, get in there and take care of him.
You ain't even gonna help?
Somebody's gotta stay here in case more of them show up. Look, you take care of this, and I'll take care of you. You have my word. Now get moving.
Eddie later puts in a strong word for Joe, making sure Carlo Falcone gives him a pass, so the Clemente family no longer possesses a threat to Joe. By then, Falcone already sees Joe's potential. He's effective, reliable, and clearly capable of moving up within the Falcone family. They interact, they cooperate, they build familiarity.
Hello.
Hey, Vito, it's Eddie.
Hey, Eddie, what's up?
I need you to come over to Joe's right now.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right, what's happening?
I can't tell you over the phone.
All right, I'll be right there.
There is also a moment where Falcone, Eddie and Joe are already together in Joe's apartment before Vito arrives. In the chapter where Joe and Vito take care of Don Clemente, meaning they have clearly been talking for some time.
Man, I went on with a baseball bat and they looked like they was scared till
Morning,
yesterday.
fellas.
Oh, hey, good morning, Vito.
Marty, what are you doing here?
Joe said you needed help. And since I did good with the greasers, he said he'd take me along again.
Take you along again for what exactly?
They're waiting for you.
Yeah, well, I'll talk to you later. Yeah, that's my man, Vito.
Morning, Mr. Falcone.
Hiya, Vito. Take a seat.
Hey, guys. So what's happening?
Joe also comes up with the dynamite plan to eliminate Clemente at the hotel, a major strategic move in the mafia war between two families which might have been very impressive for Carlo Falcone.
We're gonna take out Clemente.
Exactly. Turns out Clemente called a big meeting in the Empire Arms Hotel today. This is our best chance to get rid of him and his top guys.
I got a plan.
Shit! Joe, put that thing away.
Eddie, don't worry. It's safe. I just gotta
For
press
Christ's
this.
sake, put it away now! What's the matter
Okay,
with you?
okay. You're such a chicken shit. This thing ain't that powerful. It won't blow up the whole building, but everybody in the room where it goes off is dead meat. We'll use a window washing platform. We'll almost be able to watch it explode.
Since when are you the smart one?
Okay, fellas. I'm counting on you.
Whereas Vito was just joking about since when Joe has become smart one. By the end of the game, Joe has had far more interactions with Falcone than Vito ever did. So when Falcone offers Joe a promotion and asks him to kill Vito in return instead of approaching Vito with the same offer, it just makes perfect sense. There is another detail that makes this picture even clearer. Joe's the one who goes to see Dr. El Greco when Tony Bowles isn't there.
They fucked me up pretty good. I think I need a doctor.
Okay. Let's get you over to El Greco.
Good evening, gentlemen. Oh, what happened to you?
Hey, Doc. I got my ass kicked. I'm coughing up
What
blood.
is happening today? One of your guys is already here.
Who?
His name is Antonio Balsamo.
Tony Balls?
And Tony Bowles is not just some random associate. He's someone Joe has worked with before and has been in very dangerous situations. And those moments can unite people pretty well. Tony is someone connected to the Falcone's family, a made member, a person Joe has already formed a bond with. So it's not hard to imagine how the offer reached Joe through Tony and possibly through Eddie as well. Someone Joe was far closer to than Vito ever was. Through conversations that happened off-screen when they were at El Greco's. Meanwhile, Vito was somewhere else entirely, paying off Bruno, sleeping at home. Joe was present, available, in the right place at the right time. So what kind of friend is Joe Barbaro? Joe Barbaro isn't perfect. He's loud, reckless, impulsive, flawed, but he's real, and in a world built on lies, betrayal and self-interest, that makes him the ultimate best friend.